Friends, tonight we're stepping into a time that is a little dark, yet completely real. A time of plague, brutal punishments, and boiled mush-like food known as pottage. Yes, we're going back to the Middle Ages. We're going to gently explore what life was truly like for an ordinary person in that world. The same era that movies often decorate with castles and stories of heroism. But the truth is, you probably wouldn't last a single day in that time. And if you're joining us here for the first time, please do consider subscribing. Here, we share soft-spoken, sleep-inducing stories rooted in real history. Ones that guide you gently into sleep and drift you deep into the past. So, adjust your pillow, slow your breathing, and wrap yourself in a warm, imagined cloak. We're heading into history now. Your eyes open, but this is no modern bedroom. You're on a dirt floor. The ceiling is wooden. The windows, just wooden shutters, no glass at all. Your bed is a sack of hay, and if you're lucky, there are no bed bugs. Your body aches. The cold cuts straight through your bones. There's a strange taste in your mouth. Why? Because there's no toothbrush, no toothpaste. In the Middle Ages, personal hygiene depended mostly on rain. Some used salt, ashes, vinegar. But most people were simply used to their own breath. You're not alone in this little home. 5 to 7 people sleep here, along with chickens, goats, maybe even a pig. Privacy? That's not even a concept yet. Now imagine. You sneeze. People don't say, "Bless you." They stare at you, afraid. Because back then, a sneeze could mean the devil was entering your body. Religion was the center of life. Church or mosque wasn't just a place of worship. It was also law, school, and government. People believed everything, good or bad, happened by God's will. If crops failed, maybe there wasn't enough prayer. If disease spread, it was a punishment for sin. Superstition was everywhere. If a black cat crossed your path, you turned back. Windows were kept shut all night to keep out spirits. Women placed herbs or charms around their children's necks to protect them from evil. And if a woman was too quiet, too solitary, she was often accused of witchcraft. The trial? She'd be thrown in water. If she sank, she was innocent. If she floated, guilty. In both cases, doomed. Now think, what if you made a small mistake? Maybe stole something, or insulted a nobleman? Your punishment? You'd be locked into a stock, a wooden device that clamped your head and hands. You'd be placed in the village square. People would throw rotten eggs, old vegetables. They'd laugh and mock you. If the crime was worse, your nose might be cut off, a mark burned into your forehead, or a hand chopped off. And if you were accused of witchcraft, they'd light the fire. The crowd would watch. Justice was often just a spectacle. Punishments were public, to create fear, to maintain control. Fear kept people obedient. Fear was the system. But this is only the beginning. Let's now move to a part of the past that is often hidden. The life of a woman. In the Middle Ages, women were seen only as mothers, wives, or servants. Education, rare. Opinions, unnecessary. Voices, silenced. A girl's marriage was arranged by age 12 or 13, and rarely was it about love. It was about property, land, family status, pregnancy, childbirth, raising children, all done alone. Spending time with a husband wasn't part of life. Only responsibilities were. A woman's clothing always covered her completely. And if she was too beautiful, too independent, she was often accused of sorcery or sin. Many women were sent to convents, places where they served God for life. But truthfully, They were hidden away from society. Now imagine you're a child, 6 or 7 years old. School? Probably not. You'd spend all day in the fields or helping your parents. Toys didn't exist. Maybe a carved piece of wood, or a figure made from clay. Innocence of childhood? Only if you survived childhood, because 3 out of 5 children didn't live past the age of 5. Why? Pneumonia, fevers, starvation. If a child did survive, they were quickly put to work, treated like adults. Education was reserved for the wealthy, and even then, mostly for boys. Girls taught only household work. War. In the Middle Ages, it didn't just mean death. It meant fire, pillaging, screaming. If your village was attacked, everything burned. Women were kidnapped. Men were killed. Children were lost forever. Nighttime? Even more dangerous. No electricity, no reliable lamps, guards, often asleep. Bandits, thieves, and sorcerers walked in the dark. People bolted their doors from inside, but still, fear never left. The tall castles, they were for the rich. Everyone else lived on the ground, and usually died there too. So now, dear listener, if your heart is full of gratitude for the life you have today, then quietly say, Alhamdulillah. The Middle Ages weren't a fairy tale. They were painful, dark, and brutally difficult. To survive even a day was a victory, and death often felt like peace. But now, here you are, wrapped in a soft blanket, lying in a warm room, breathing calmly. You're not there. You're here. So don't forget to subscribe, so we can take you into stories like this every night, through soft voices and dreams wrapped in history. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and we'll meet again, in the alleys of the past, in the silence of the night. Good night.